big time shot by a big time player, and in games like this, players have to make plays, and he did. So credit to them. They're 20-8 on the offensive glass. We couldn't overcome that, and especially when we don't shoot the ball well. So, and all that's a credit to TCU. They did a great job. Thankful for our fans who showed up, and they were great support. I thought our guys fought. We weren't always the smartest, and so we can try to correct some of that. But I thought they gave everything they had.
Let's go first.
Jerome, seemed like there were 2 times when you could have maybe put the game out of their reach for them, up 10 in the first half, up 8 in the second half. Both times they came right back at you. What do you think happened in those stretches?
Well, I don't know if you watched any of the other games, but in every game, pretty much every game they've played, they've either been up big and the other team's come back, or the other team's been up big and they've come back. They're just a team of runs. They play in spurts. And so we knew that was going to happen, but we also knew that when we couldn't extend it, that they would make a comeback, and when they extended, that they would give us the opportunity to come back. So, they've been like that all year long. So why couldn't we extend the lead? I think, they got a really veteran group over there. I think before the season started, that team had scored over 8,000 points together in their college careers, and they're the 3rd oldest team in college basketball, so they don't get rattled. And whereas when the crowd's going crazy, and for some teams it can affect them, they have the ability to come out and end runs and make plays, and so there's more credit for them than our shortcoming.
I also want to ask, you seem pretty fired up after some of David's hustle plays out there. What did you like in that department?
Matt, we showed some stuff on film where we thought we could get in the passing lane and really disrupt what they were doing, be more assertive. I didn't feel like we have been aggressive enough defensively, and when you have a high turnover percentage, the only thing to really combat that is to create a high turnover percentage, and that's really what I wanted to see today. And I thought David in particular did a great job of getting in the passing lane, getting deflections. I want to see us do more of that going forward.
Tyler had 24 points, but was 0 for something from the three-point line. To kind of have that perseverance to kind of keep going to the bucket. What did you like about how he played?
TP's a fighter, and I was real proud of him because of how they were guarding him. It was hard for him to get off shots, but it didn't stop him from putting his head down and getting to the lane and taking, the contact, and he finished a couple and ones, and so really proud of him, for that. As a team, we didn't shoot it well. It wasn't just him. As a team, we didn't shoot it well from 3. And when you don't shoot it well from 3, you can't allow other teams to get second chance points.
Mental toughness-wise, Cam kind of struggled throughout the entire game, then had to hit those 2 huge free throws to have the chance at maybe extending the game. He hits those. Just thoughts on him being able to do that.
He's Louisiana tough. Kids from Louisiana, man, something about him. And I call them Louisianimals. And he had missed 2 prior to that, and I had all the confidence in the world he was going to make them.
You guys have now lost 6 out of the last 7. How do you keep your guys focused and not panicking after this stretch?
The same way we'd do it if we had won 6 of the last 7. We're going to take this game, we're going to put it in the box, and we're going to move on out. I'm not going to tell you that, it doesn't hurt, right? It hurts. But you got to put it in the box, and we have to move on to the next one because we got a Texas Longhorn team that's playing at home, that's in some of the same situations that we're in. And I remember we were at Baylor one year, and I think we started 2-0, and no, we lost 8 of our first 10 games, so we were 2-8, and then was able to get healthy and like keep guys moving forward, and we never stopped, and won 7 of our last 8 games, won 3 games in the conference tournament, got to the NCAA tournament, went to the Sweet 16. And so there's nobody in that locker room that's quitting. There's nobody in the locker room that's panicking. This is a Big 12 game that comes down to one possession, and we can figure out how to correct 1 or 2 possessions and flip this thing. And I was asking Tom, I think this is, since I've been here, this is my first one being on the wrong side of one of those, right? And it's going to happen. It's going to happen over time. So, but was really proud of the way our guys fought and how we executed to put ourselves in a tied situation, with them with the ball. And then defensively at the end, exactly what we wanted, right? Other than the shot going in, we took them out of their ball screen action. It was because we went zone, and he shot a step back 3 from 25 contested. That's for most people, it's a 19% shot. That was just the 19% that went in. So,
is everything good with Jerome?
I think so. We'll see. He tweaked it pretty bad, but he was able to go in the second half. You could just tell he was not as quick, and so, try to keep Will out there more.
Coach, what can you learn from TCU's ability to get downhill and drive on the guys?
We got to be able to keep guys in front of us. Michael Peavy was unbelievable, right? He was unbelievable, and scouting report was he was drive right, and when he made a couple of threes, I think he's a 29% 3-point shooter. We tagged way too low, and any Division I player can make pop-a shot threes, and he did. He made 2 out of 3, and I think that kind of got us a little giddy, and so allowed him to drive. But it wasn't the downhill. The downhill drive created rotations, which gave up offensive rebounds on the backside. And we had a plan for the drive and the help, and then we told them exactly what needed to happen on the backside. We just didn't execute it. So if we can stop the drive, it limits rotations, right? But when a non-shooter makes a couple, sometimes it gets your guys a little out of character because they're concerned about them making the next one. Man, I shouldn't have answered that question, then I wouldn't have had another one.
Let's go into Texas now. You've kind of had a stretch where you've had sort of the quick turnaround, but after a tough loss, would you rather just come back quickly and get back out there? Or?
Yeah, I think they would. I know the players would. They'd rather just us start preparing for another game than giving the staff a couple days to, sort through this one. So I think our guys are way happier about that.
How about you?
I'm gonna go look at the film and I'll let you know.
And what about Texas? What have you seen from them?
I watch every team. I like to watch games. I'm a junkie, and so, but I can't tell you that I've really broken out. I know Dylan DeSue is playing really well. Max Asmus is an incredible player. We recruited him, and they brought back Tyrese Hunter and Dylan Mitchell, and so they're a talented team, and they've got experience, and they're playing at home. So it's going to be another Big 12 grinder, and we have to figure out a way for us to do a better job, on the little things, which turn out to be big things.